Hi, this is Mimi. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we are making an easy accordion album. You'll need a 5x7 piece of paper, 6x6, 6x5, and 6x4. I used a file folder for the base of my album. Next, we are going to score 3 of the 4 pieces of paper. We will be scoring on the 6-inch side. You will also need some double stick tape. Okay. So scoring on the 6-inch side, we are going to score each page at a 1/2 inch and 1 inch. So that's where we're going to score each paper. Since it is a file folder, I'm scoring the front and the back to get a better score. And you just place it with the 6-inch side going along the top and score at both places on the 3 6x papers. So you have a 6x6, a 6x5, and a 6x4. Those 3 papers get scored at a 1/2 inch and 1 inch. That first 1/2 inch is what is going to attach to each other. Okay, so we are done with our scoreboard. That's all the scoring that is done. And we're going to start putting them together. The 5x7 is the base of the album. The rest of them, I am just creasing the score lines lightly at this time because I am going to start adding double stick tape on the end of each page. Now, this double stick tape is my favorite. It is linked in my Amazon storefront in my bio, in the About Me section, and down below in the description box, my Amazon storefront. Whew, that is a mouthful sometimes. I'm going to put tape on the 3 pieces of file folder that I scored. This is a very easy, quick project, and you use one regular size file folder and still have a little bit left over to make pockets or anything that you want to make with it. This is another, I made it on TikTok project. I made this in June of 2022, and this is another one that sold as soon as I made it. So I'm just going to burnish down all my tape and my score lines. And then after that, we will start assembling this little album. Now, this is an accordion album, so pay attention to how you're putting the pages on and also pay attention to where you're putting them because as you'll see, while I'm putting this together, I was not paying attention and I had to take one of the pages off. I'm also cutting the corners at an angle to take out some of the bulk. I do this with most tip-ins that I do mini albums. I do this with almost all the tip-ins just to get rid of that little bit of bulk. Okay, and oh, I'm cleaning up. There's a little garbage can off to the side that you can't see. So we'll take the first, which was the 6x6, and line it up at whichever edge you want to line it up at. It doesn't matter what side you start at. It's still going to be an accordion album. It just will open a different way. I automatically, whenever I do something like this, start on the left side for some reason. That's just me. You can start on the right side if you want. I'm going to burnish down the tape and then come to the next one. And I believe this is the one that I put on wrong because while I was filming this video, since I am doing a voiceover, I was talking to my boyfriend at the time and I wasn't paying attention. So see, I'm putting it at the top. You don't want it at the top. You want to put it at the bottom. I can't believe it took me so long to notice that it was not in the right spot. And I think this is when I go, wait a minute, this isn't right. And I very gently took it off. It did tear a little bit up at the corner, but I'll be honest with you, once all the mats are on and everything's inked, you don't even notice that it's torn there. So if the same thing happens to you because you're not paying attention, be careful taking it off And if it tears a little bit, no big deal. Guess what? It can be covered. You can cover that up. No one will ever notice. So I'm going to put on the last one. And then that's our entire album. Very easy, nice, tiny little accordion album. That's it. Now, off camera, I had already cut all of the mats, just like I had already cut all of the papers, the pages for the album. So I'm just going to grab those and I'm going to show you the sizes that you need. And then I will go off camera and add the mats so you don't have to sit through that. You know how to glue a mat on. You will need 2 of each size, 4 3/4 by 3 3/4, 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, 4 3/4 by 5 3/4, and 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So here we are. Everything's matted. Oh, I really love this paper. If you've watched my mini album in a box, you'll recognize this paper. It's the rest of the Practically Perfect paper pad from Echo Park that I had left over. I just used the scraps. And it's such a pretty paper pack. So now I'm deciding that I think I want to put some paper on the spines. This is all the paper I have left from that paper pad. I'm just going to dig out all the scraps and see what I have that I can cut down the size. And this is a 1/2 inch spine. I ended up, usually I would do like a 1/4 inch, but that was way too small. So I did about, I think, 3/8 inch cuts for all of the spines. So you'll need 6 pieces for the spines. And like I said, 1/4 of an inch is just too small. Look how tiny that would have been. I decide against that and I go over, yep, to the 3/8. That's a little bit better. And then you just cut it down to, I think, what, 3 3/8, 4 3/8, and 5. No, sorry, 3/8. Now it's stuck in my head. 3 3/4, 4 3/4, 5 3/4. Don't worry. Every measurement will be down in the description box. I have a cutting guide for every project I make on camera in the description. You will never have to worry about having to rewind or figure out anything yourself. It's all there. If something is missing because I forget to type it up, you just let me know and I will add it and let you know what the size is. We all make mistakes. We're only human. So I may miss something once in a while, but you just let me know. Okay, so I'm just cutting up the rest of these scraps. I mean, please tell me down below. Do you love this paper kit or what? It's the Mary Poppins themed, Practically Perfect. It is just so pretty. And I think they have another one that just came out too, Echo Park. If they do, because I don't know if this one is for sale anymore. I couldn't find it on Amazon to link for everybody. And I got it in my mystery box, my Echo Park mystery box. If you haven't seen my unboxing, that video I will link below. And then I will also link the first project I made with this paper pad. So you can see all of the papers and everything that it came with. So I'm just cutting these. I don't know why I didn't pause and cut them off camera. I don't know. I'm also in my basement doing a voiceover, so I didn't have to interrupt anybody. It's very quiet down here. I should really do my voiceovers down here all the time. Okay. Just looking for, I think, one last piece. And then I think that's it. Then I'll glue them on and we will go from there. Oh, no. Am I still looking? I might still be looking. Yes. Yes, yes. Because I didn't cut for the front and the back. So many little scraps. I don't know why I kept these yesterday. I really have to go through. Please tell me in the comments, are you a scrap hoarder? I will hoard the littlest, tiniest scrap and never use them. I don't know why I do that. And then I'll go through, I have a little scrap basket that I put my little scraps in. And then I'll go through that scrap basket for stuff to use. And I'm like, why did I save this? So I have to go through my scrap basket like once a week just to make sure I didn't save a sliver of a scrap. What am I going to do? I overlook it every time. Please tell me I'm not the only one who does that. I, why do we hoard paper? Why, as paper crafters, do we hoard paper? Okay, let's just glue all this stuff on, huh? Once we glue all of these on, as you know, me, the royal we, glues all of this on, then it's time to move on to decorating. I don't mind me. I'm a little punchy today. We were supposed to get a ton of snow. Not a ton. We haven't really gotten snow here in my area of Pennsylvania this past winter. It's been a very sad, snowy season here in PA, in eastern PA where I live. And we were supposed to actually get like 3 to 4 inches, which sadly was very exciting because it would have been the most we got all winter, and we got nothing. It blew way up north of us. We got some rain. That's all we got. Very sad. And yes, I'm one of those people who love the snow. I love the snow for a day and then I'm over it, but I wanted to see at least a little bit of snow. But it all passed us and we got absolutely nothing. And then with the time change, I couldn't sleep very well. It's just I'm a little bit punchy today, so I'm very sorry about that. Okay, so tell me, I mean, what do you think so far? I love how these little albums come together. So now we are going to decorate. I have some scraps of some items, and I'm just going to show you how to put on a pocket, or I love this 12 by 12 corrugated cardboard paper. I get it at Joann. It comes in black and white. Today I have the black. I don't have a lot of the white left, so I grabbed this black that I didn't even know I still had. And I like to use it as pockets. It gives so much texture. It's just a fun pocket to make. So I'm going to use a piece and make it a pocket here, a little side tuck pocket. But first, I'm going to make sure it's cut straight, which I never am able to cut very straight with a scissor. So we're going to cut that straight, and then I'm going to try and figure out how I want it. Spoiler alert, it ends up here. I do not put it that way. I was thinking about it. Then I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to put the glue on, and whichever first way pops in my head, that's the way it's going down. And that's what I did. So I'm just gluing the 3 sides and putting it down. And I'm telling you, if you have a Joann, look into getting some of this paper. I don't know if they sell paper like it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or anything, but I know I got mine at Joann. And it's amazing. And they also have burlap paper. And like I said, they also have this in the white and the 12 by 12. Those kind of papers give you texture and interest in a project. Okay, and I have some scraps left from cutting the file folder, and this one happens to fit perfect. So I am going to use it and make a pocket. I'm going to punch a thumb. What do they call that? It's escaping me right now. So I'm going to punch that, and then I'm going to glue it down. Oh. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. There's no windows in this part of the basement and it's very dark and making me tired. I decided the last second that I do want to ink. And this is one of the instances that I have talked about where I think inking with a fun, bright color is the way to go. I think I picked Wild Honey. Is that what it's called? Um, and it's a nice bright color that matches the florals on that floral paper off to the left and matches some of the butterflies in the paper right next to it. And I decide that I'm going to ink the entire album. I thought it needed it. But this is what I'm saying. Depending on the paper you use, depending on the paper you use will dictate the kind of ink I think you should use. If you have a bright, fun paper, I'm a believer in using a bright, fun color. If you have a vintage paper, I believe in using the vintage photo, the walnut stain, the hickory smoke, that kind of stuff. That is what I truly feel when it comes to inking. And I know there are people out there who do not like to ink. They don't like how it looks. They don't like how the end product comes out when you ink. They don't like that it looks dirty or dingy. And I feel like for those people, if you're one of those people, try inking with a bright color. Okay? Do me that favor. Try inking with a bright color that'll match your paper, and then tell me how you feel about inking. I think you will have a completely different experience inking like that than if you would ink this, say, this paper pad with a walnut stain. I agree. I Inking with a walnut stain or a vintage photo can make your project look dingy, can make it look dirty. I agree with that 100%. But for us crafters who like that, that's the look we're going for. And I completely understand if you don't like that look, so it turns you off of inking. What I want you to notice is when all is said and done, and I have inked everything with this wild honey, that I feel like it just tied everything together, and maybe seeing it with a color that's not a dark brown color, you might change your mind about inking. That's another. Let me know at the end when this project is said and done and it's completed and decorated. Have I changed your mind on inking? Another color that I think would have worked really well is a very light pink or a nice blue would have looked good. I grabbed the yellow because the yellow in those florals I thought were so pretty. And it was a color that when you're choosing a color, I feel like anytime you're choosing a color, if you want to mat a page, you want to choose a color that will bring out a color in your decorative paper. So say I'm matting that bird paper, okay? What color I choose to mat that bird paper is that color is going to bring out the image. So if I choose to mat with red, it's going to make the red birds pop. If I choose to mat with yellow, it's going to make the yellow birds pop. I feel the same way with ink. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Okay, so we're all inked, and then we're going to get decorating. I believe that I pause here and I come back. Yep, I'm just showing you. I'm pulling out the stickers because I do have stickers left, and I have some cut aparts and some items I pulled out for decorating the other project that I had left over. I'm going to pull all that together. I'm going to decorate. I'm going to pause when I decorate, and then I come back and I show you what it looks like. I find if I keep you here while I'm decorating, it it's a lot. It takes me sometimes a little while to decorate, and then I feel like then the video is just way too long. So, yep, I'm gonna decorate. Why I thought I paused earlier than this. I guess I didn't. See, I mean, I'm very um not wishy-washy. I don't want to say wishy-washy. Apprehensive about what to put where when it comes to decorating. Okay, and here we go. Once again, if you didn't see my other video using this paper pad, those flowers are from a banner making kit from Target. They're felt flowers and I love them. I put another little black, and then that umbrella is backed so it doesn't stick to the paper behind it. Here's the finished pocket with some cut aparts, that other pocket that I just added a teacup and some cupcakes to, and this little tuck spot here. And then once again, that photo frame is also backed. And that comes to the end of this project. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope my filming is a little bit better. I started using a webcam to film because it gives me more of a view. So let me know down below. Is this better? I really appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great day, and like usual, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment down below answering some of those questions, and I will see you in the next video. I appreciate you watching so much, and you have the greatest of days, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.